Hey everyone, Andrigaz here and welcome back to my channel. While many of us are still trying to go through the content that 10.1 has to offer, Blizzard has already announced the 10.15 patch titled Fractures in Time. This patch brings along a bunch of new exciting features and updates, which most of them can't be tested right now on PTR. So without further ado, let's jump right in and take a look at some of the most important features coming in 10.15. Starting off with the most exciting one, in this patch we will get a new specialization for evokers called Augmentation. It's a new DPS spec, but this time with a new twist. To be honest, I thought we would get a tank spec, but nope, they are giving us another DPS. But it's not your typical DPS spec, it's more like a hybrid between supporting and damage dealing. Augmentation evokers will utilize black and bronze dragonflight magic to amplify the abilities of nearby allies. So for the very first time in WoW we are getting a supporting spec, and that will be very exciting to see and play. Just from the looks of it, Augmentation looks pretty awesome with some really nice looking abilities. If he is as powerful as they claim him to be, then every group will want to have one of them. For example, through Ebon Might he will boost the primary stat of nearby players. So who wouldn't want that, right? But we'll have to wait until final tunings to be able to judge how good he is. Even though the third spec doesn't come as a surprise to us from previous leaks, it still doesn't make it less exciting to have a brand new spec to play around mid-expansion. Another feature coming with 10.15 is the new Megadungeon called the Dawn of Infinite. We cannot test out the dungeon yet, but I did the Chromic questline which leads to this dungeon and it's super fun. You get to meet different Chromies coming out from alternate realities. What we know so far from the journal is that it will include 8 bosses, including Morchi, the alternate evil version of our Chromie who has ties with Murozond, Iridicron, who sits proudly next to a giant dragon head, who must be Galacron, right? Like, geez, look at the side of that head. Tyr is also another boss found in here, and on top of that there is a faction-specific boss. If you are Horde, you will fight Anduin Lothar, and if you are Alliance, you will fight Gromash Hellscream. I'm assuming in the case of a cross-faction group, it will depend on the leader's faction. The final boss of the dungeon will be Dios. Who knows, maybe this time he won't get away so easily as he did in Uldaman. Initially, the dungeon will be available in Mythic and difficulty only, and then I think it's fair to assume that we will see it split into 2 parts for Mythic Plus Keys and Heroics. But that will come later, probably during 10.2, since we will have a new Mythic Plus pool. In 10.15 we will also get a new public event called Time Rifts. These rifts take place in different alternate realities, and we have 8 so far from data mining, including Azmerloth, Nyalotha and many others. Time rifts will occasionally spawn throughout the Dragon Isles, but currently we only have Faldrassus available on PTR. In this event you will be given different tasks, such as defeating waves of mobs, healing allies, completing puzzles, all of that in order to fill in the temporal essence bar. I didn't manage to fully complete it, as you probably need more people for that. But once the timer stops, you'll be able to get into the Time Rift portal that the mobs are coming from and fight a bigger powerful boss. Defeating that boss and completing the Time Rift will probably give rewards, maybe a chest at the end, and it could be a daily or a weekly thing. Time Rifts will most likely award us with a new currency, which you can use to buy different stuff. The only thing I found so far is a few mounts, which are recolored models, but some of them are looking quite cool. My favorite has to be this one, the Fell Drake, which uses the High Mountain Drake models. Let's take a moment and appreciate how good it looks. Can we actually get more dragons looking like this, Blizzard? Or maybe a dragon riding mount? That would be great. Thanks. Okay, these all cost an X amount of paracausal flakes, which sounds a bit silly, but in any case, that must be the new currency associated with Time Rift. I reckon Time Rifts must be the new type of storm event in this patch, where you can get a weekly chest, which includes rewards. Then if you continue farming them, you can obtain flakes to purchase mounts and other stuff from the Time Rift vendor. Speaking of events, in 10.15 we will also get new dragon riding events, but this time they will be outside of the Dragon Isles and specifically in Kalimdor. That's right, there are 16 race challenges in total which take place outside of the Dragon Isles. That only means one thing, dragon riding outside of the Dragon Isles is almost here. But not right away. In this patch we'll be able to dragon ride only through the dragon riding areas, which is a bit silly if you ask me, cause you need to go with normal flying up to the race and then dragon ride and then this happens, you get dismounted. But anyways, it will happen at some point. In the meantime, we have a bunch of achievements to hunt by completing all the race variations including normal, advanced and reverse. And that's not all, we can also earn a new currency, the Riders of Azeroth badges. You can exchange this currency for rewards here in the vendor found in Dragon. Currently there is only one Drake customization to purchase and a full pilot transmog set, which I think it's a good start, and they'll probably add more as we go. Another exciting feature coming in 10.15 is that they are removing most of the requirements to create new allied races. The only requirement is to have a level 40 character in the account, which no doubt you probably have one if you are watching this video. So there is no need to grind reputation or anything else to unlock the allied races. This is truly awesome, I can't wait to start leveling my new Kuldiran, because well, their requirements were a bit insane if you only played one side in BFA. Another feature coming with this patch is the new Whelp Daycare. Finally, we will put to use the Whelp Daycare corner in Dragon, which is so adorable. We'll be given the responsibility of raising 5 new baby dragons. Currently, there is a mini questline that shows you the ropes, and then you'll be given a new task daily to guide a dragon whelp. Currently, you only get fly stones from completing the quest, but I'm sure there'll be more rewards down the line, such as obtaining whelp pets or a toy tied to this event, something along those lines. In 10.15, more race options are becoming available for warlocks. So warlocks will unlock for all the races, so if you ever wanted to play a Pandora warlock or a Lightforce Draenei warlock, you can do that, but I don't know how that could happen lore-wise. In any case, more options are always welcome. In addition to more race options, warlocks will get new pet customizations. Wow, they really show a lot of love to warlocks this patch. Warlocks will be able to go up to the barbershop and customize their pets to their liking, so that's also pretty cool. Hunters might become a bit jelly though, but what can you do? In this patch we will also see some class redesigns, including Holy Paladins, Rogues and Mages. For example, for Mages, Rune of Power will be finally gone, which should allow Mages to move a bit more freely. There will be new talent changes, but I will not go into more detail here. If you want, you can check the links down in the description if you want to find out more. That's not an important feature per se, but I want to include it. We're finally getting a fresher look when clicking on our spells. It shows the cast bar, it also shows if it was successful or if it didn't go off. It looks fresh and polished and I really like it. I want more of this. It's a bit early to talk about 10.1.5 release date, but it's definitely coming during summer. I will bet my money around mid-July because, well, they have a new spec to add, class changes, world events, they need a bit of time. That's pretty much it, that's the most exciting features coming in 10.15. As the PTR cycle progresses and we learn more about these features, I will cover them in more detail and bring you all the juicy information. In the meantime, I would love to hear your thoughts about the new patch. Are you excited for it? Will you try Augmentation? Yeah, let me know your thoughts. As always, thank you so much for watching my content and please make sure to drop a like if you have found this video helpful. If you want to support my channel, please take a moment to subscribe and hit the notification bell. You can also find me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/AndrikatsGames, where I'm mostly streaming World of Warcraft. Good luck with whatever you're doing and I will see you all on the next one. Bye!